Alhamdulillah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Dear world, hello world. Kalau di WordPress, WordPress itu,
Yeah. Hello world.
yes, it
Yes.
starts with hello world.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
dear
Yes,
words,
okay.
dear audience, dear world, we're back again tonight with me, Kilik, and with Kong Iman, and with Mrs. Rahayu Sukianto from Banyuwangi. She will be with us soon, but we will start our topics tonight, and the title is about what again?
Uh, how will traditional schools look like in
No,
the
no, no, no,
future?
no, no. The traditional schools
What?
on your
What?
flyers is
Conventional class.
Yeah. Oh yes, yes. Conventional
conventional
schools looks
schools
like.
or class.
Yes, classes.
Class.
Yeah, class.
To be precise.
Yes. Good.
Okay. Now we are inviting Mrs. Rahayu, and she will be with us in Bola. Okay. Here
Good.
she is. And
Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Great to see you again. And how is Banyuwangi recently?
Banyuwangi hot, Pak.
Okay. We here too.
Really humid
Yes.
and
In some
really
places
dry.
in some schools I see in the Facebook especially, they had some kind of ceremony.
Oh yeah.
Some students are standing outside the schoolyard. They on the noon time, and they see if their shadow
Oh, I
is
see.
right,
Yes, yes.
below them.
Looking
it's
for the
like
shelter.
no. They said it's the day with no shadow, hari tanpa
I see.
bayangan. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Pak Iman, I will let Pak Iman to elaborate what is his view to pick up the topic tonight.
Oh yeah. I'm thinking about the situation in the future where after we have a long time with
Pandemics
pandemic situation,
Mm.
it is forbid melarang,
Hmm.
menghalangi
Hmm.
forbid uh, personal meetings like face to face, and interaction is very limited since of the pandemic. Yeah, so there are many things lost in this situation. The new student doesn't familiar with their teachers, and even students with students doesn't have don't have any close relation interaction. So even some subjects taught in such a way that seems to me that's also in the matter of cognitive approach.
What is cognitive approach?
I mean, just uh, lack of um, aff- affect, affective, yes, and emotion, and yeah, many things. So just adding knowledge without any yeah. So so I'm thinking to ask you to make brainstorming, yeah, giving your crazy ideas. What will our schools looks like in the future? Okay, so here you can share your ideas whether it is possible or impossible.
Okay. Before coming to that, Mrs. Rahayu is teaching in high school.
Once in junior high school SMP 4 Jember when at 2013
What
and
about now?
2014 I'm out at my house in course.
Oh, so you're uh, So recently or now you are not teaching any class anymore.
No,
Oh, I
since
see.
2015, I have not taught at school anymore
Mm.
since I married.
Oh, I see. Uh, well, so the brainstorming. Let us deep dive into that. To my opinion,
Yeah.
uh, conventional school, a conventional class here, as I see it from Iman's explanation, is a type of meetings where students and teachers can meet physically. Okay,
Basically, yes.
so they are in the same place
Mm.
and while conducting uh, uh, in classroom. Okay,
Yeah.
while as the pandemic going, there are a necessity for people to hold the class, while they cannot physically meet with solutions from the technology by holding online meeting
Online
with
meeting.
the help of some uh,
Mm.
new applications such as this StreamYard or Zoom or Google Meet or other applications. And this kind of classroom enables students and teachers to meet even though not physically. So they meet virtually.
Visually.
This kind, this is a class, but it is different from those class where some students are learning from YouTube. I mean,
Oh yeah. Mm.
because the teachers cannot interact
With.
uh,
Mm.
directly with the students, where
Mm.
this kind of applications such as Zoom, StreamYard, and so on, they allow uh, interactions happening. So
Yeah, yeah.
it's a
It's enable.
yeah.
Interaction is enable
Mm,
all do it is virtually.
yes.
But in some cases, I just heard today
Mm,
from uh, Google Meeting. No, no, from Zoom.
mm,
Like a webinar, yeah,
mm.
about ghosting.
Oh
So
yeah.
while the teacher's teaching, some students are lost. I mean,
Yes.
doesn't reason
That's
only. Yeah,
the problem.
that's
Yes.
the problem. Okay.
Mrs. Rahayu wants to say something.
Mm, I think maybe what should we talk about is a conventional class
Mm.
today. I think um, it is still important to do that because when when we as a teacher and meet the students is really something else. There's connection between students and teachers, and I think we study through something like media in virtual. I mean, I think it's something like a gap.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so there is a gap between us and our students. So, for example, maybe one of our is offline, or I mean, off their camera, so they are not on cam, and we don't know what they are doing at that time.
Mm.
Whether are they listening or not, seeing us teaching or not, and etc. So I think when in this pandemic, it's still important that we should do conventional class again, although uh, it can be have two classes maybe and shift it. I mean, so there is a class A, there is class B. So if it usually there is a 36 students, have to we can be do that again. So
Mm.
important. because I feel that way when I'm teaching my students here at my house. When I do face to face with them, they said to me, "I'm really comfortable with this situation. I have seen you, and I can listen." What that means? I can listen your explanation. I can see your writing on the whiteboard or etc. I can see your feelings. I can see the expression, something like that.
mm,
So
mm,
it's what is the big deal here is the connection between teachers and students must be building up again in this
mm.
topic, I think.
See,
mm.
uh, uh, applications such as this, what can we call this kind of StreamYard, Zoom, or
Uh,
what?
Platform.
Yes, I mean, what is the functions of this platform? These
Mm,
kinds of applications
mm.
surely helps us in arranging a classroom virtually. Yes,
Yeah.
it helps us, but it has a lack of something which Mrs. Rahayu has proposed,
Mm,
and uh, it shows that conventional classroom,
mm,
I think, uh, in the meantime, and I think forever,
mm.
is unreplaceable,
Oh yeah.
cannot be replaced.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
it is not like, you see, when technology moves on from
Mm,
we had printed newspaper,
mm,
okay, and it develops into radio, it continues to televisions, and now we have internet.
mm,
The newspapers are collapsing,
mm, mm,
and also the radio is uh, going down,
mm,
and people are now choosing the internet. But
mm.
uh, conventional class is not like that. It for me it is more like what was it? Mm, look at, just came out to my mind.
Mm.
Something. Okay, skip it. I
Yeah, yeah,
forget.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. Well, in my for some matters for certain subjects like mathematics, physics, yeah,
Mm,
can also use this platform. I mean, we can teach mathematics or physics,
mm. Okay.
biology through that
Mm,
uh, channel. Yeah,
mm,
okay. But for normative, I mean like
yeah.
subjects that needs affection, yeah, like values, yeah.
Mm,
Uh, we can use uh, a direct relationship. I mean meetings, yeah,
calculating.
not streaming, yeah. We
Yes.
we must arrange the class by meeting, yeah,
Mm,
in many ways, yeah, maybe even not only in the classroom, yeah, we can also use another outdoor situation, yeah, outdoor
mm.
Yes.
situation to
But
but
still,
still
physically meet.
physically meeting, yeah.
Mm.
Uh,
Yes.
So the needs of um, arranging physical meetings, yeah, conventional class
mm,
is replaceable. Like I'm continuing what I was lost.
mm,
Like book into tablet, for example.
yeah, yeah,
So
oh
no
yeah,
matter tablet has created PDF,
mm,
sources, still the needs of reading a physical book
yeah,
is irreplaceable,
replaceable, replaceable.
irreplaceable.
But the teacher is not is irreplaceable.
Mm, mm.
Yes.
So
Yes, teachers
like
there, yeah.
like you said, teaching math is not necessarily easier, detachable, can be separated from teaching normative subjects, because
Mm,
the knowledge can be transferred to from with this technology,
Mm-hmm.
but the norms,
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah,
not the subject, but the way the teacher asks the student
yeah, yeah.
to interact.
The
Uh,
interaction, yeah.
Even though the subject is math or physics or even a computer,
Mm.
uh, teacher can still give instruction and give
Mm.
ask interaction from
Yes,
the students.
Oh yeah, yeah.
because as we know that today the students is lack of character building.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Attitude.
And
There is they lack of attitude. Whenever
mm,
I meet them, for
Mm,
example, when the students say to me that Miss saya mau les ini jam segini. Okay, you have to come in. I say that. And then when at the time right, they don't confirm anything. They don't say anything. They don't chat me anything. But
mm,
and they don't come into my class. So I think, what is it? Jadi
mm. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
something different. It is something wrong, I think, for me personally.
Mm,
So there is some missing things between teachers, students, and of course the parents.
yeah,
So when we have face to face to our students, I think something like character. And if there is something wrong with our students, we can um, for the students, we can give the right way how to be how to have a good attitude, and then we can give a solution to their parents too. So this is the big problem.
yeah. And another perspective, I see that in the future we no longer use big class, yeah,
Huh?
but
Yes,
small classes. Not
yes,
not like before.
right.
Uh, Schools are competing in having a big number of students.
yes,
That's because
yes,
of economical
Yeah, this is
situations.
according. It is relating with the budget. I think. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
yes,
the more we have a lot of students, the more we have a budget to run the school, right?
mm, mm.
But in the future, maybe we still have a lot of students, but we should divide into small groups and small classes
Mm.
and different schedule. And I think it's better because the interaction can be optimized. Yeah, the control can be optimized.
That's
yeah,
ideally speaking, but
Yeah,
the necessity for having that kind of classroom is you have to have enough teacher, in
yeah,
proportion to the number of the
yeah,
students. Otherwise, still, if the teachers are very limited, you willy nilly, you cannot avoid having big number of classroom students in the classroom.
no, yeah, yeah, maybe, but I'm thinking about that the the role of the education is not monopolized apa,
Right?
by schools, but schools can also share this job with other institutions. Suppose like uh, reading community.
Mm.
Yeah. So maybe a certain class sent to the reading community
Mm.
and with a schedule proper student for
Mm.
uh, and then maybe for I mean for institution like offices that have good facilities
Mm.
like aula
Still, yeah,
auditorium, yeah.
that is a good input. Yeah, good. I think schools can try that, but still,
Mm.
when the school sent their students somewhere to
Mm.
study outside the school,
Mm.
especially with practitioners,
Mm.
still they need
Yeah,
a teacher
needed.
to
Yeah,
to
yeah,
guide them.
yeah. A teacher. Yes, of course. But since the number of the student is still big,
Mm.
I think it's no problem. But what I mean by limited is the number in a moment.
Mm.
Yeah. So uh, imagine that in in a one jam pelajaran,
Mm. Session.
in one session,
Session.
30 or 40 students in the same class. Yeah.
Mm.
Uh,
It's like a lecture.
yeah, yeah,
Mm.
yeah. I think in the future we can divide the schedule, but
Mm.
yes, of course, it it it
Yeah,
needs
we don't have to wait for the future. It's happening now.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
some schools.
Yes.
We can start. We can start now. But in case of
Yes.
in dalam konteks learning,
Mm.
yeah, to prepare the future,
Mm.
to prepare the
Yes.
future, we can practice step by step, and the result can be sempurna, perfect in the
Mm.
future to be a model of the
Mm.
learning process in schools. And the role of the government in the city is building learning resources
Mm.
center, yeah, like a museum,
Mm.
galleries, and laboratory,
Mm.
so that any students can
That's it.
access this, yeah, without teacher, but because in that place there are guides, yeah,
Mm.
guides and
Ah,
practices
yes.
who can teach them,
Mm.
yeah, and the student can also directly come to that places without. Uh, so I think it's a solution, yeah, in the future
Mm.
to make our education is broader than before.
Mm.
Uh, but I think in my class, I have some tricks. I have some tricks in my class. So when the students feel a little bit bored and a little bit something like um, dizzy with all the lessons, what should I do is I ask them for uh,
Device
I
is
ask
not fun.
I ask them for study outdoor.
Mm.
So, for example, we go to the beach and then we
Mm.
study out there. Sometimes we go to the something like a cafe and we study out there and
You
we
study in
learn
cafe
something new. Yeah, sometimes.
with that rich atmosphere, if I allowed to
Uh,
say.
Yeah.
Gimana Pak? How is it?
So cafe is, the atmosphere in a cafe is
Oh,
rich of
oh.
sounds of anything
Of course,
which
I
can.
choose the cafe. I
Oh
choose
yes, yes,
I choose the place
of course. Why should
and
I think that? Okay.
uh, I choose the cafe. Yeah, it's something like small cafe, not a big
Mm.
cafe.
Yeah.
So it's really not so noisy. It's not crowded.
Mm.
There are not so many people. So just yeah, I think just 5 or 10
Change
people
change the
on there.
situation.
Yeah,
Yes.
change the situation just only like that. So,
Okay,
I think yes.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Ita Surajaya here wants to join us, but I think she needs to
Oh,
connect something like maybe
Yeah,
the
yeah. She
microphone
has
or camera.
to sign in
Mm, okay.
by
Hopefully she can join us soon.
sending her email address.
Oh, okay.
I forgot.
Okay, I'm sorry to interrupt. Go on, Mrs. Rayu.
okay.
Yeah.
The situation and what else?
Yeah. Um, location from we
Mm.
study on at the beach. We study at the cafe. We study at my cafe. Actually,
You have
I
cafe. Wow.
yeah. Actually,
Hello.
I have my cafe. So it's called English Cafe, but uh,
All right.
I cancel it because
Oh,
my
wow.
bartender is bartender is still today.
Okay. Okay, we'll let Mrs. Rahayu. Okay. Until you come back again. Are you ready now?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
No problem. No problem. We have the same situation more or less here. Okay.
Yeah.
Just
So
relax.
I think when we study outdoor, I think we have study we have we can study something new and something different. For example, when we are at the beach, we study about the color of the sea and the
Mm,
color of the mountain, the cloud, and
mm,
I think like something like the animals from the beach, the situation, the condition, and we can learn about how they are feelings about that place.
okay.
And I think from the different places, they can study, they can have more vocabularies. Is the first, and the second is they can have more a boundary between
Yeah,
us.
yeah.
So teacher and
I
students can really have more stronger boundaries like
with the
before. Uh,
strong bond. Strong bond with the students or the
with the
nature.
boundaries, with the boundaries,
Uh,
ikatan
okay.
between teacher and student. That's
Okay.
it.
You are
Sometimes
so
I do
lucky.
that.
Okay, you are so lucky if you have uh, matching places to your topic of discussion. I mean, if you are talking about nature, you can go to the zoo. If you are talking about beach, you have beach nearby. That's so lucky. But uh, well,
Yeah.
uh, uh, in history, I remember one class I ever joined in when I was in the university. That
Yes.
the university, uh, hundreds years back then, are not a building. Okay? So when you go to university, meaning that you go to the teacher wherever he lives. Okay, when he
Yes.
move to other places, you go with him. Okay, so because
Yes.
the teacher is a scholar, is a very knowledgeable person, so it is a rare person. You cannot meet a person like that anywhere. So when he
Yes.
moves, you must go with him, and that is the university. So moving university. So whether the teacher is that teaching you under the tree or nearby the
Yes.
river, it's more like you now. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah. Actually. So sometimes my students is also like I'm really comfortable and I can have a uh, I have my strong mind. I think punya apa ya karakter they have they can say that to me. So yeah, yeah, I just said Alhamdulillah if you feel that way because uh, have the experience like them when I was in junior high school. So I bored with all the materials. I really bored with the system when they teaching me, especially about mathematics, is really bored and is really scary
Nama
for me. So I think, uh,
I saw
mm,
Paiman was trying to join us again, but
okay,
yeah. Okay, okay. Sorry.
yes,
Uh, You know what? I just crossed my mind that having, you know, having a chance to be able
Yes,
to change your place like almost every time, you know, it's as
yes,
easy as you can go anywhere as you will.
yes,
It's almost the same with your background just now. You see, you have a black background there. Is it
yes.
virtual or is it a picture or is it
It's
oh no,
fabrics.
okay. Now you see, in many studios we have green screen, right? Green screen is
Yes,
a technology so that people can replace what is behind them with fake
yes,
pictures, fake motion picture, you know, anything. So it
yes.
looks as if it is real, but it's still fake. Where you're
Um,
changing places, you can go anywhere, is real.
yeah,
You see,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
you have a lot more advantages compared to those who are staying in the studio. Of course, except that maybe they have complete tools compared to us. You know, when you go outside, we cannot bring this technology with us. But who needs it? Because at least our students are with us. That's more important,
Yes,
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
That's right.
you are a very
Uh,
happy teacher, I think.
Alhamdulillah, Amin, inshallah. I think sometimes I have something in my mind that I want ask my students into your place, Pak Kilik, into Kampung Baca. I really want to do that
Why
someday.
not? Okay, inshallah. Godspeed, maybe. Inshallah, yasarallahu lakum. Semoga.
Because we have study at Ijen, at Gunung Ijen. We have
Hmm,
hiking together.
okay, nice, nice. We'll be glad waiting for that. And here is Pak Iman. Are you going back to join us or otherwise? I think
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
usually his show is
Ah,
30
this one, this
minutes.
one. Yes.
Hello. I think,
Hello, Ita.
Pak.
Okay.
Okay, you have to. No, 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 no. Turn it off.
No.
No, 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 no. Okay, I think our screen is not enough for two. One
No, no,
of
no.
us. No, you cannot speak like this and while you did. Okay,
We have
I
to
have to.
changing
We can
one by
just any mode, maybe
Okay,
this one. Yeah.
I'm on a you know baby sleeping mode.
Who's this? Imam Masuti. Oh, we can use this maybe. Uh, yes. Later. Okay, we are
yes.
waiting. Pak Gilik is still having a call with friends. So now let me introduce. This is Miss Ita Surojoyo from Kediri, right?
Dari Jember saja.
Yes. Uh, and that one Miss Rahayu from Banyuwangi, and me, Pak
Mhm.
Iman from. Okay. Ita, we are talking about the future portrait, the future image of our conventional classes after we have a long time with pandemic situation. So I think everything should be um, changed, yeah, is modified so that uh, education will go on better than now. So, what is your imagination about our future of conventional classes?
Uh, it's a nice topic anyway.
Yes.
Um, I'm not a teacher at state school, so
Yes. I know.
uh, yeah. I mean, I don't have any experience teaching big classes. Yes, I had in the old days. Right now, I'm focusing on teaching privately. The biggest class I have is only 2 or 3 students. After pandemic, I think everything is going back to normal. So nothing's changed. Maybe because um, I think one thing is like we don't wear masks anymore. That's all.
I see. Yes. Uh,
But
we are going to.
how
Yeah. Yeah.
about how we teach students, I think yeah, the same. Just go back to normal. Students, teachers, classroom, whiteboard,
Yeah.
laptop. That's all.
Uh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe Bu Ita, you want to do that something different in your class, maybe.
Something
Yeah.
different like what?
Yeah,
I
bringing
don't
the
have
students
any idea.
together.
I don't have any idea how to teach students after pandemic because, in my opinion, uh, the difference in online class and face-to-face class is only the screen. That's all.
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
but maybe traditional class is more interesting because we can face the students, we can play together, we can touch hands, we can hug, we
Yeah.
can together.
Yeah. That's
That's the
what
Uh-huh.
point.
I mean. Yeah.
Um, I used to play cards in my class with my students. So when I do it online, I usually search for specific online game, usually for yeah related to English teaching, such as playing with vocabulary with a certain application, and it helps a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
Uh, but in traditional class, when it's face to face, I still play card, but sometimes Uno, sometimes Patamo. It's nice for helping students increase the speaking ability. Yeah, most of the time I encourage my students to speak. So playing, whether it is online or not online, usually for practicing. So it's like
Mm.
the media, usually playing online. So when we are in a normal class, I'm going to still, still playing, but with the real cards, not the screen.
Yeah. 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 That's great. Well.
Bu
Uh,
Rahayu, salam kenal. So where are you from?
I come from Banyuwangi, Bu Ita.
Oh, Banyuwangi. It's not far away from Surabaya. Far away. Not so far away when but when we drive, it's more than 10 hours
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah. I think
driving,
Jember and Banyuwangi 3 hours.
3 hours.
hours.
Jember Banyuwangi
Jember
3 hours.
Banyuwangi 2 hours, Pak.
Jember
Jember,
Surabaya 5 hours. Oh,
Jember
maybe
Surabaya.
eight
Less
hours.
than
Yeah.
10
Yeah.
hours. Oh, it's not that
Yes.
Less
far.
than.
If it is less than 10 hours, it's not that far.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You can come
Yeah.
to Banyuwangi by airplane.
Yeah.
I never, but
Yeah.
I used to visit my relatives in Banyuwangi when I was in university, and last time I visited Banyuwangi, it was maybe 5 or 6 years ago.
I
Yeah.
see.
It's not a long
Ah,
time.
the Bandara Banyuwangi is very
Oh,
good
it's
and
Linding
beautiful.
secure.
Sari.
Once I was
Linding
there,
Sari.
Big one and yeah,
yeah,
very. Uh,
yeah, it's beautiful. I love the seats in waiting room. It's like
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
wooden chairs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Once I went there, I wanted to go to Bali from Banyuwangi at that time. It was
Mm,
early in the morning. Yeah, but
mm.
not many flight, I think. Not many. Nggak banyak
Yeah.
penerbangan, not many flight.
Yeah. When
Ah,
I go to Semarang, I go to
Yes.
Semarang. I start from Banyuwangi in
Oh,
order not to
Jebres.
stop. Yeah, not
It's
to
so
stop at
far.
Juanda. So I directly from Banyuwangi to Semarang.
Mhm.
Yes.
Uh,
Um, sorry for coming late. Not for coming late. I'm not late.
It's okay.
sorry.
I don't have any idea what the topic is about.
Conventional class in the future. Conventional class to be in the future.
Yeah,
Ah,
yeah,
I
yeah. So
see. So,
we
what is
we
your idea, Purahayu? If you yes,
yeah. I think in the future we have learned from now that of using technology, and another way, another thing, uh, we don't accept many students because limited classes is needed for not like before. So in the future, I want to imagine what kind of uh, what uh, what how it's like the conventional schools, yeah, by this condition, yeah. So mm, in some matters, yeah, in some matters, uh, subject like values, norms, and uh, ethics cannot be cannot only be taught with streaming, yeah. Uh, teacher students relationship is needed, uh, but mathematics, geography, mathematics, and what else? Physics. It's not no problem if we use streaming. Yeah.
why
Yes.
So yeah,
can't
that's
we
what
teach
I'm thinking about.
ethics
Yeah.
online?
Yeah.
Why can't we teach ethics online? Why not?
Uh, in my idea, there's many things lost. Yeah,
Like
because
what?
like what? Yeah, the I mean when teacher teach, they use gestures, expressions, intonations, yeah, and
Yes.
uh, personal personal appearance that uh, communicates uh, intuitively with their students. So it cannot be transferred by using mm, technology, uh, but not very absolutely. Yeah, but I think in some matters, uh, technology cannot completely transfer all those things. Yeah. But by apa, langsung, what
Basic
is
media.
langsung? Yeah,
Virtual.
yeah, yeah.
But in my opinion, teaching
Yes.
ethics doesn't matter if you do it online because, yeah, for example, if a student are not late, they come on time in online class. At the same time, they are trying to be polite with the teachers and also try to show respect to others. If they come late, they don't show respect even for themselves. So that's no problem. I mean, yeah, politeness. Uh, yeah, everywhere. Even though we are online, when we talk to others, we raise hand, for example, and then uh, yeah, we let other people talk first, for example. Yeah, I think that's no
Yeah,
problem. But communicating,
yeah, yeah.
yes, we need to uh, we need to get along together with other people directly, yes, but ethic is fine for me, myself, my opinion in online
Mm,
class. Because yeah,
yeah,
everything,
yeah.
I don't know, that's
Everything
just,
still under control.
uh-huh.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, I've got some experience in on. I love teaching online, by the way. And after pandemic, I think I still want to teach online because I can travel while I'm teaching. I can teach everywhere. Just like a couple
Yeah,
of yeah. I
yeah.
usually I usually visit different places, different cities, and for example, 1 week staying in my father's house
Mm.
or my friends in different cities for a week, and I still teach online.
Yeah, yeah,
I don't say to my boss that I'm going to have on my leave. No, I can teach as long as I have internet connection well. I
yeah.
love teaching online. Even
Yeah, yeah,
I learn online. I'm a teacher, but I'm a student as well. I learn. I join a certain class, and I do it online, and it's nice. I can do it everywhere. Sometimes in a cafe, sometimes in warung, everywhere. I
yeah,
love it very much.
Yes.
yeah, 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 yeah. But it cannot be done in a all situation. Maybe in some cases there are different situations. So uh, different different approach is needed. Yeah, maybe in uh, a society which is not uh, yeah, like in Surabaya, but in the rural area, in the pedalaman, yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. I get the
Maybe,
point.
maybe,
What about the Wi-Fi connection in your place, Burahayu?
Okay, face again. And yeah, the the signal of the device is really strong, and they can they can use that quota as well. And of course, it's really have a struggle to do that, to do have a quota. I think it's yeah, I think it's the problem, quota and
Okay,
mobile
quota.
phone.
Yeah,
I think it's two different things. Having quota or um, and the quality of the connection is two different things. If
Yeah.
someone, yeah, I think it's two
yes,
different things. If we are
yeah,
committed to do the online, we have to do everything to make everything run smoothly. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think quota and Wi-Fi connection is different, two different things. Uh, right now, I think other in some places, but the government tried their best to make online class run well. Kayaknya sudah di desa-desa juga sekarang sudah lancar kan ya. Sudah
mm,
banyak yang lancar. Mungkin pada kondisi tertentu, in a certain
yeah,
condition,
yeah,
yes.
Yeah,
yeah,
sometimes.
Just like what we experienced last month, it's almost
yeah,
2 or 3 weeks we had a bad connections because of
Yeah.
I don't know something wrong with the provider or something. I don't know.
yeah.
Yes.
Last month. Itu
But
aja. Kalau
what?
masalah punya kuota itu udah beda lagi.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Another way, and another thing, yeah. What I'm thinking about this is that the government should provide some public
Something
facilities
different.
like yeah, like uh, learning center, learning centers and galleries and museums. Yeah, even we can also come to the museum virtually, but I think it is a different situation when the teachers come to the museum with their student and they can watch everything in the museum. That's what I'm thinking about to apa ya, to promote to the government to provide this kind of facilities in the future so that if we
Okay.
only deal with IT, seems that mm, we are a man with one-dimensional man, one-dimensional
Um,
human being.
I think we have had it actually. I think I think almost all museum provide Wi-Fi and library provide Wi-Fi for visitors. Even here in
Yeah,
Surabaya,
yeah.
I can get to um,
Mm.
Bank Indonesia, Perpustakaan Bank Indonesia, and they have a very nice place to read. Even it's for children, so you can take your children there, and even the you can photocopy and it's free.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But only maybe in Surabaya, in Jember,
What about in
in other
museum and
cities.
library in there? I think they have
What what do you
Wi-Fi
mean?
connection in library.
Oh
Perpusda,
yeah, 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 yeah.
yeah. So people
Oh
can
yeah,
go
yeah.
there and use the facilities.
No, no. I mean, not virtual museum, but real museum. I mean, since museum is not only for virtual realia, but also conservation of things, yeah, that can be watched directly, visually, not virtually. Yeah, I
Oh,
think it's different feeling when we see a statue, sculpture, not only in monitors, yeah, by visiting the library. Uh,
I never try to take my
in,
students to the library, but I think if you and maybe all the teachers try to communicate with the officer there, with the people who are in charge, I think teachers are allowed to do that because it's like, yeah, public places. I think it's nice and they will allow us to do that.
Yes.
We just have to try to talk to them because, yeah, as long as this is for uh, the goodness of the students, I think that's okay. Even in
yes,
small
that's
cities.
what you think. That's what you think. But the
Mhm.
situation is, I think, it's different. Yeah,
Have you ever
it's
tried?
yeah.
Have you ever tried? Because I have never done it yet, so I have no experience. But I think if we communicate with them, it helps.
Yes, yes, I saw myself because it's
Uh-huh.
not easy to arrange such a visits, school visit to museum to first because the town is has no museum, and the second, it's not easy to schools to arrange traveling to the museum because it needs spending, yeah, spending and scheduling and so on. It's different when we in this every town has such facilities. It's it is close, and it, that is what I'm proposed to the government here to build such a facility so that it will make everything here, apa ya, semuanya bergerak, like transportation, yeah, and any other, yeah, souvenirs, yeah. By having a museum and galleries, there will be a chance for uh, transportation to bring the student from schools to come there, and yeah, so mereka akan menemukan penumpangnya. Kalau sekarang sepi gitu.
Yes.
Kalau
Yes.
if it is, ya, kalau itu dijadwal 1 bulan ya misalnya, tiap hari ada pengunjung, mereka pasti rame. Jadi tidak hanya
Yes.
not only by watching monitors and ya.
Saya ini termasuk orang yang jarang ke perpustakaan, meskipun saya suka sekali perpustakaan, belum tentu 1 bulan sekali ke perpustakaan.
Iya, iya.
I love reading, but I rarely visit museums.
Ya,
Not museum. What is it like? Library.
library. Ya.
Sometimes when I have free time, yes, I visit library. But most of the time, I read my own books.
You have a good collection, right?
ridiculous.
Not
Yeah.
really good. Not really good. Just sometimes, like, what is it? If I don't have any new books, I have this one. This is the latest edition of Penyebar Semangat. And
Oh,
then,
oh, penyebar semangat.
this one, yes, this is the latest. Wait a moment. The latest edition. This is last Saturday.
What?
Wow.
Ya, ini edisi terbaru Sabtu kemarin. Ini Penyebar Semangat.
Oh,
Ah.
And this is my favorite comic, Detective Conan, even though I have done with this one
oh,
sometimes.
yeah.
I read again and again. Even though
That's
I'm
good.
not a child anymore, but I love
Yeah, it's good. Good
reading.
comic, right? Not common,
I like
Kanggi.
Naruto.
Oh, Naruto, I know that, but I never have a chance to read the comics. Do you have some?
Oh,
I have two comics, but I don't know where is it right now. Maybe missing
Teresa.
something. I don't know. Yeah.
My books,
That's
most of
okay.
them novels.
Yeah, that's okay, Miss Ita Surojoyo and Bu Rahayu. I think
Yes.
we have a long discussion now.
Yes.
Later we
Alhamdulillah.
can
Yeah.
find a new topics. But Baita, I try to use this, but it's not. I got it.
Oh,
Oh, yes, I got this. But
so have
I
you tried?
cannot. Yeah,
Have you tried?
yes, but it's not unsuccessful. Fair today
Maybe you need
because
someone. Maybe you need someone to help you.
yeah, yeah,
Usually students from apa ya?
yeah,
Itu loh,
yeah,
anak-anak jurusan pertelevisian tuh biasanya paham.
yeah. I have an appointment,
Yeah.
but
Ya,
he
because
he, he
because
doesn't come today.
saya dibantu juga. I help by my friends. Ya, saya dibantu juga waktu pertama. Tapi karena setelah
Ini
tahu,
tadi
udah
sudah bisa ya, cuman gini, ini ada yang rusak di situnya sehingga koneksinya tidak bisa rapat. Kemudian suara dari speaker yang ke sini nggak bisa ya. Sudah, daripada terganggu ya lain kali.
Oh, ya mungkin harus minta
Tetapi
bantuan. Kalau
bagus.
dari jauh saya nggak bisa bantu.
Iya, iya.
Thank you
Oke,
for
thank you.
inviting me, Pak Iman. Nice to see you, Bu
Oke,
Rahayu.
thank you for joining us.
Yeah,
And
have a
we
good
have a
ride.
new friends from Banyuwangi. Okay.
Yeah,
Thank
next
you.
time when you visit Surabaya, Bu Rahayu, you can just call me. There are so
Yes.
many nice destinations here in Surabaya.
Okay, I will, inshallah.
Okay, thank you, Pak Iman.
Yes.
Goodbye. Goodbye,
Yeah,
everyone.
thank you. See you. Bye.
Bye.
Assalamualaikum
See you.
warahmatullahi
Bye.
wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Warahmatullahi